With Oakland Latinos United, aka Oakland Latinos Unidos, on here with a quick video for you guys to enjoy. Well, the video I want to talk today about is about one that people have been talking about this last week, and it was about a basically a video that happened on a show called Hoodstocks. It was an interview with a upstate Sureño homie who's from San Jose, and basically he was telling his story about growing up in San Jose and what was it like being a Sureño and why did they create a Sureño gang in San Jose and the rivalry with the Norteños and all that stuff, you know what I mean? But I have seen the homie Guero, who's like I said from San Jose before. I'm not too familiar with Hoodstocks. I know it's a show from Southern California, from LA or somewhere in Southern California. And I think the guy's name is Lucky, the guy right here who does it. And this guy's Weddle. And yeah, I want to give my 2 cents about it because it seemed like the interview and the overall message was derailed by one phone call. And and we'll talk about that. And this video is not going to be about people's standings, about who's a dropout, who's not a dropout, who's a snitch, who's not a snitch. You know, it's nothing to do with that. This has to do with an overall message. In my point at least, what's wrong with Raza and why we can't have unity and why we can't do things because of certain situations and certain things that we're involved with. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna start with the interview real quick, at least my take with the guy Weddle. Basically, he came on the show Hoodstocks, which is a Southern California show, and he's like I said, he's an upstate Sureño or a Sureño who bangs in a Northern California city, basically. You know what I mean? In my day, we didn't call them upstate Sureños, but I guess that's what they call themselves now. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not that familiar with Hoodstocks. I have heard of the show. I guess I'm assuming the dude pushes like a Sureño politic gang kind of thing in his show. I think I'm not sure. I'm not sure if the dude jokes around a lot or if he's a serious show. I'm not sure, but it kind of seemed like, and this just is my take. I could be wrong. It kind of seemed like he was bashing the dude Weddle even before the phone calls. Like Weddle would talk about how he wants to see unity and he wants to see violence in our communities and how we're all Mexicans or Latinos at the end of the day and we all eat rice and beans and we come from the same families, same situations, which is true, which is something I've said before. And it seemed like the dude Lucky from Hoodstocks was knocking him down or putting him down. Like, oh, what you gonna do? Violence has already been happening. Ain't nothing gonna do. You ain't gonna change nothing. Like, he was coming at him like that. And whether he was playing around or dissing him, that I don't know. To me, it seemed like he already kind of had a problem with dude from the get-go. You know what I mean? But again, I could be wrong. That's just my observation. You be the judge of it. You let me know. I seen the whole interview, so, I'm giving you my 2 cents. And basically what happened at the end, he had phone calls coming in, the dude Lucky on the show, to talk with the homie Weddle. And I guess someone said, if you're a Sureño and or ex-Sureño or whatever, you know what I mean, and you're in good standings, why are you talking to a dropout on Convict's Perspective? And the dude Lucky didn't like that. And I guess maybe Lucky didn't do his homework. Maybe Weddle didn't know that Flaco was a dropout, I guess, and from Convict's Perspective, because that's who they were talking about, Flaco from Convict's Perspective. And basically, it seemed like the dude Lucky said, well, I'm ending the calls and I'm ending the show, and that's it. And Weddle called him out and said, so what, is there a problem with me telling my story? He's like, no, you already told your story, we're done. And he ended the show. And a few days later, Weddle, I guess he had a YouTube channel, which I never got a chance to watch, deleted his YouTube channel because he said he didn't want the drama that came with what happened on the show, I guess. And, the trolling or whatever for his family. And I get it. I understand. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna give you my 2 cents. I already gave you the explanation of what happened. Now I'm gonna give you my 2 cents. And like I said, this has nothing to do with dropouts or snitches or anything like that. It has to do that this is the problem with Raza. The Raza were too caught up in gang politics, in criminality, in degeneracy. And this is the reason why we can't come up, even after we leave, or some of us leave that lifestyle. Especially, I've always said, you can't be a Raza uniter or a Raza activist or a Raza spokesperson if you have gang ties. It just doesn't work that way, unfortunately. Because you can speak a good one, and you're always going to have that, I used to be a Sureño, I used to be a Norteño, I used to be a whatever, hanging over you. Even if you left that lifestyle and don't partake. This is the problem. You know what I mean? Because people are always going to associate you with that lifestyle. I think in reality, if you want to be a Raza spokesperson, you have to disavow that lifestyle completely, and not care about it at all whatsoever, or what people think. That's the only way you could be a Raza spokesman, if you come from that lifestyle. This is the reason why most Raza spokesmen or spokespeople are not gangbangers or ex-gangbangers. They're usually academics. They're usually people from the community. They're usually people who have no ties to any of this. So that's just one thing, you know what I mean? You can't be a Raza spokesperson if you have gang ties. It just doesn't work that way, because you're always going to be married to the game, as we say in Oakland. You feel me? And that's just how it goes. As far as Guero himself, I think he has a good message. I think he really means well. I think he's really gotten away from that lifestyle and doesn't want nothing to do with it, and just wants to live his life with his family and probably correct the wrongs that he did when he was gangbanging. And I've seen him before on American Cholo, and American Cholo, I'm sure, knew he was on Flaco's channel and didn't tell him nothing. You know what I mean? I seen him on Comics Perspective with Flaco a long time ago, and I heard his story before. I never got to watch his channel though, unfortunately. And he seemed like a good dude, and he seemed like he had a good message, and he was like his heart was in the right place. But unfortunately, him having that ties to being a Sureño or being any kind of gang affiliate is what's going to hinder him, unfortunately. And it's going to hinder a lot of you out there from doing a lot of good things, because you're always going to have that over you, And yes, I've been on Gunner's show. I've been on Rojo's show before. I've never been on show with Flaco, but I've spoken to him before. And I understand, you know what I mean, that they're not in good standings, but I don't gangbang. I'm just a messenger. I came on there to give a little bit of the history of Oakland, and that's it. I'm not hiding from it. I'm not deleting my YouTube channel. I'm still going. It is what it is, you know what I mean? And that was a while ago, and they helped me out, and I appreciate it, And it is what it is. And as you know, I don't really speak on gang politics or stuff like that. Once in a while, I may speak on maybe if there's a gang murder or something in Oakland or in the area. And usually I speak on it when it's public information and it's on the newspaper or the news. I rarely ever give out information that it shouldn't be given out. I try to stay away from those topics. Like I said, once in a while I will talk about them in a historical, way, or basically as what I seen growing up around me in Oakland and in the Bay Area and in Northern California, And I just see it as an outsider looking in. Even though, yes, I did have friends who were Norteños. I did have family members who were Norteños. I even had family members that were Sureños or Sureño affiliates. And it is what it is, you know what I mean? But, it's unfortunate that Guero let the trolls, the haters, and the people who talk a lot of mess get to him, and he had to cancel his channel. You know what I mean? I've been trolled. I've been, people have threatened me on here before, and a lot of stupid things. And I usually just ignore it and keep it moving. You know what I mean? That's why I have moderators now to block this stuff, and I just block it. I don't pay it no mind. See ya, don't want to be ya, get to the back, no one want to see ya. You feel me? And that's how I feel about it. I've been doing YouTube for a long time, since 2007, and I ain't gone nowhere. And I'm still here and I ain't going nowhere. But, I just hope everything goes good for Weddle. I hope he keeps pushing a positive message. And I'm going to keep pushing the positive message regardless of what the haters say. And, yeah, man, as far as like the show with that dude Lucky, I know that dude Lucky had a falling out with Marvelous Inc., the other homie from down there, from down south. You know what I mean? And you guys can look that up on YouTube. But it is what it is. Just let me know what you think. Put it in the comments. Let me know what's your take on it. And yeah, Rasa, we need to get over this stuff and keep it moving and come up, man. And that's all I'm gonna say. Talk to you guys later. Late.